Morning everyone, I think it's a sunny Thursday here in Bewdley. Yep, it's Thursday, it's February, and I'm jumping online this morning, partly because I haven't done a live for absolutely ages, and partly because today is World Cancer Day. Many of you will know that in October last year I got re-diagnosed with cancer. So my original diagnosis was in October 2013, and then I went 7 years and got re-diagnosed in October last year. And I know I've done blogs and I know that I've shared about it, but it's so important that we get awareness out there about being aware of what's going on in your body. So how I found my second cancer was that I got an inflamed lymph node in my neck, and I knew that it wasn't right. I knew that it wasn't right for me, so I went and got it checked out. I went down the route of having bloods done, then I had an ultrasound done, then I had a fine needle aspiration done, CT scan, MRI scan, and finally a PET scan. And subsequently started on treatment, and that was back in November last year, I think the treatment started. So here we are in February. I've just started my third round of treatment. But this video is not about me and my journey and what I'm going through. This is about raising awareness for cancer and trying to make people understand how important it is to get to know your body and what feels right and what doesn't feel right, and that if something doesn't feel right and you get fobbed off, don't just accept it, go and get a second opinion and keep asking and asking. There are people out there that go undiagnosed. There are people that go misdiagnosed. My dad was one of those in 2002 who was misdiagnosed. They said that he got diverticulitis, and when we pushed and pushed and pushed, it turned out that he got tumours on his spine and in his pelvis. The attitude of the hospital up until the point that he received his diagnosis, I have to admit, was appalling. But that was 18, 19 years ago, and we've moved on since there. But it was an eye-opening moment. I've had other friends that have been misdiagnosed. Some of them are still with us, and others, unfortunately, are not. And they're all young. You know, all of these people that I know, they are all young, aged between 30 and mid-50s, and it is way, way too young. So I remember a time when it used to be that 1 in 4 people was diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. It's now 1 in 2 people that are diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. There are over 200 different types of cancer, all treated very, very differently. Between 2015 and 2017, there were 367,000 new cases of cancer in the UK. Now, obviously, that's going back quite a few years now, so those numbers will have gone up. Between 2016 and 2018, there was 166,533 deaths in the UK that were related to cancer. As I say, some of these, they were unnecessary deaths. They shouldn't have happened. It's up to us to take responsibility for our own health. Yes, we've got a health service. Yes, they're great, but they are not responsible for our own health. It's up to us to look after ourselves and take responsibility. So when I was diagnosed in 2013, I went through the chemo. I struggled through the chemo. I came out the other side. Although I probably looked like I was in a good place mentally, I wasn't in a brilliant place. I had a roller coaster a few years, but I just dealt with it the best that I could. I really wish back then that somebody had highlighted to me the benefits of a healthy diet. But I was just told, just eat what you want to eat. It'll be fine. Just go with what you want to eat. Just listen to your body. And it's not the case. Cancer is brought on by many things, poor lifestyle, smoking, too much drinking, poor diet, overstressed. There are so many things that can contribute towards the diagnosis of cancer. And ultimately, it's all stuff that we're in charge of. We're in control of it. So when I got diagnosed the end of last year, initially I was very much of the opinion of, well, do you know what? I'm just going to... Morning, Janice. I'm just going to carry on with my life regardless. But then I started reading books and started doing research. And I was blown away by my level of ignorance, to be honest with you, with regards to diet. I won't say lifestyle, but certainly from a diet perspective, which is why I embarked on my journey of completely changing my diet. And I mean, it was a radical change. I stripped everything out of my diet. I stripped out sugar, caffeine, alcohol, bread, pasta, rice. Morning, Patsy. And I haven't gone vegan, but I've gone vegetarian. I did cut out eggs and cheese initially, but I've added eggs back in there, and I do have a smidge of cheese here and there because I do love my cheese. But mostly I'm vegetarian because I've discovered that for my blood type, group A, that actually meat's not good for me. I've learnt that cancer doesn't like sugar. Morning, Lena. I've discovered that cancer doesn't like inflammation in the body either. I've also learnt that when you eat, if you do some gentle exercise, morning, Lauren. If you do some gentle exercise about 15 to 20 minutes after you've eaten, it actually pulls the glucose out of your blood. So there's less for the cancer to feed on. Cancer hates oxygen. And it hates an alkaline environment as well. Morning, Lee. So there's so much that I've learned over the recent weeks about how I can actually look after myself. So I'm on a bit of a mission again. I know I was on a mission in 2013 when I got diagnosed, but I'm in even more of a mission now because I've learned that actually I could have probably prevented this recurrence. Now, I know that both first time round and this time round, that mine are very much stress related. I know that. And what it's reminded me to do is that I need to eradicate stress from my life, which I thought I'd done before, but clearly not quite to the level that I'd hoped. So I've had to step away from certain people. I've had to step away from certain events because these are things that have been creating stress in my body. And my body clearly reacts in this way to stress. But equally, diet's got a lot to do with it. You've seen the pictures on my Facebook. I've been flashing them around everywhere, partly because I think I'm so blown away by actually how much weight I've lost and how much better I feel. So I made a conscious decision on November the 21st last year that I was changing my diet. And yes, there were tantrums in the outset because I decided that I was going vegan. I pulled in the blood group diet. And I remember sitting there on more than one occasion going, well, what the bloody hell am I supposed to eat? Because I knew that I needed to get vitamins and minerals in my body. There were certain foods that I didn't like. There were certain foods that because they were not compatible with blood group A, that I couldn't eat those because I knew they were going to cause inflammation in the body. So I think initially I did take it to the extreme, but I've kind of levelled out now and I found out what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Thanks, Lena. But yeah, so part of the reason with both of mine, I found the lumps. Well, actually JP found the first one, but we won't go into that. But I found the second one. And it's because I became very aware of my body after my first diagnosis. I wasn't very body conscious initially. Yes, I like to get fit and I like to run and I like to go down the gym. But I wasn't conscious of what was going on in my body. And over the recent years, I've become very, very body conscious. So I guess really what I'm trying to say at this point in time is become body conscious. Not from a vanity perspective, but get to know what's going on in your body, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, question it, get it looked at, go and get a second opinion. And I know it's difficult at the moment with regards to not being able to get into CGPs, but they will take phone calls, they will talk to you. And if you get the right doctor, then they will talk to you. And if you express your fears, they will talk to you. Yeah, I've lost my train of thread now. But yeah, they will talk to you. But it's so important. Our immune system is key. And I think so many people underestimate the power out of good gut health, because our immune system, it's in our gut. You've got your microbiomes, and if they are too low, then your immune system is too low. What are you eating? What are you putting into your mouth on a daily basis? My diet has now changed. My breakfast used to be porridge every day with raisins and honey. And I used to have, I lived on pasta. I used to have spaghetti bolognese. I used to have chili con carne. I used to have pesto pasta, cottage pie. And that was all in the winter, and I'd eat lasagnas. And then in the summer, I'd revert over to salads. But I didn't get a lot of greens in me, to be honest with you. I didn't get a lot of fruit and vegetable in me. I thought that I did, but I didn't. So, morning deck. My diet now consists of, for breakfast, it'll either be a berry shake for breakfast or a green shake for breakfast. So my green shake will normally consist of spinach, carrot, celery, ginger, squeeze of lemon, some frozen mango, a pear and kiwi fruit, and water. So that's my green breakfast. And sometimes I'll put some pea protein powder in there as well. And then my berry shake normally consists of mixed berries, so blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, and almond milk. And again, sometimes I might put protein powder in there. So that's generally my breakfast. Occasionally what I might do is I might have avocado, poached egg, spinach, and some vegan nuss cheese. And then dinner varies, it might be bean feast with vegetarian with corn. It might be spinach knocked up with something. I've got this habit of, because sometimes I just don't know what I fancy, I'll just see what's in the fridge and I'll just chuck it all in the pan and mix it up and see what comes out. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it really is quite disgusting. I will be honest with you. But you adapt. You find the things that work for you. But it's important, like I say, okay, Lee, I'll message you in a bit. But it's important, like I say, to get to know your body, know what you're putting inside you, stop eating processed food, stop over sugaring your body, get more greens inside you. If you're not taking a probiotic, get a good quality probiotic. I get mine off a company called metabolics.com. And the other thing that is good for us, morning Katie darling, vitamin D builds your immune system. I also take shark liver oil, which is good for your immune system. I drink my aloe vera every day. And I take melatonin every night. So if you've not read about the benefits or heard about the benefits of melatonin, I've got a page called Integrative Health for Cancer. There's information on there. I'm slowly building the page up. So there's info on there about melatonin as well. So yeah, there's loads of different supplements that you can take. Be careful of what you're taking, because there are so many synthetic supplements out there. If you're taking supplements, you need to be taking good quality ones. Another great supplement is Berberine. It's a natural supplement, and it actually it's a natural form of metformin that's used for diabetes. Again, the way you take that is half an hour before you eat, and that again helps with the glucose levels within the blood as well. But like I say, if you are taking supplements, do your research first, especially if you're on any form of medication. It's so easy to start taking these supplements and not knowing what interaction it has with the medication, because most medications that are out there now, they're actually based on natural supplements. The natural supplements are based on information that's been around for centuries. You know, they're natural remedies, and the medication's been developed from natural remedies over the years. So just make sure that you're not doubling up on the remedies that you're taking. So that's it really. That's me waffling on this morning. Morning Karen, morning Claire, morning Emma. Like I say, that's me waffling on this morning. Today's World Cancer Day. Take responsibility for your own health. There are far too many people out there being diagnosed with cancer. You know, the breast cancer support group that I run with Joe, Stella, Mel, Janice and Joe and Denise. The amount of new members that we've had in the last month is ridiculous, and it's scary because all of the new members that are coming in, they're my sort of age. You know, I'm not even 50 yet. My first diagnosis, I was 41, and then I got re-diagnosed again at 48. And there's too many people that are coming in that are too young. There's got to be a reason why so many people so young are being diagnosed, and I think it's the world that we live in. Morning, Joe. I think it's the world that we live in, you know. So take responsibility for yourself. Be aware of what you're doing to yourself. Remove stress from your body and your lifestyle. Get the right foods inside you. Take up yoga, meditation, running, exercise, whatever it is. Change your mindset, but look after yourself. So that's it for me. That's your lecture on Cancer Awareness Day. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Oh, and a little bit of self-promotion here. Why not? If you're at a loose end at 3 o'clock this afternoon, I will be live online with the Jay Shetty Coaching School, my post-graduation interview. So anyway, have a good day, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care. Bye.